Magandang Biyernes sa inyong lahat. Welcome po sa isa na namang edisyon ng The Stock Market Today. Today is January 15, 2021. Welcome po sa weekend edition. Ako po si Benji Chodoro, inviting you to join me as we take a look at the latest news on GTCAP and the result of trading in the PSE. Lahat ng yan dito lamang sa TGIF edition ng The Stock Market Today. Before we go to the PSEI, let me share with you this news from the business world. FMIC expects PSEI to hit 7,800 to 8,100 at end of 2021. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index is projected to reach the range of 7,800 to 8,100 at the end of the year on the back of impending distribution of vaccines against the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19, according to First Metro Pacific Corp or FMIC. During the virtual briefing on Thursday, FMIC Research Head and First Vice President Christina S. Ulang said the financial services firm expects the market's price-to-earnings ratio to be around 18 times to 19 times for 2021. He said that some of the factors that could boost the market include the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines, monetary policy support, and low interest rates. Another thing that can affect the market is the proposed Senate Bill 1357, or the Corporate Recovery Tax Incentives for Enterprises Act or CREATE, which will lower income taxes for the corporate sector and boost corporate earnings 24% and can go even higher to 29 or 30%, Ms. Ulang said. However, she said a number of risks could affect the local market, such as a delay in vaccine distribution, another wave of COVID-19 infection, and a return to stricter quarantine measures. So that's very good news indeed kung projection nga ay magkakatotoo. And if we'll take a look at the index, yung 7,800 level was here in sometime July when it hit 8,100 during the July of 2019 and around 78 noong May of 2019. So that's very good news, a return to the 2019 levels. In the meantime, the PSEI ended flat, down 34.69 points or 0.48%. So it continues to move sideways. And as we have plotted yesterday, the resistance is at the 7,300 level. Nandyan siya. Yan yung resistance level niya. And it continues to move sideways as our indicators, the EMA 20 is piercing through the candlesticks. If we'll take a look at the market summary, 103 companies declined, 120 advanced, while 42 remained unchanged. And there was net foreign selling at 423.29 million. As for the market indices, the mining and the services were in the positive at 1.43 and 0.37% respectively, while all the other sectors, the financials, holding companies, industrials, and properties, registered a decline. Now for the most active stocks, if you'll notice yung most active yung leftmost part, the top 10 of the top 10, only 2 are index stocks. The rest are second liners or non-index stocks. But before anything else, I would like to greet our new subscriber, Christina Ferrer. Welcome po sa ating channel. We will also be reviewing the most active stocks, but I will prioritize the request of bullish candle. Umabot ka, bullish candle. I just saw your request just a while ago. You requested for BDO and Merrimart. Okay, so we will be reviewing the following stocks: BDO, Merrimart, GTCAP, BSC. By the way, we have news on GTCAP. And then we'll do APL, PHA, AR, ACEN, DITO, TBGI. So TBGI will be the last. And sabi ko nga kanina, top 10 most active, only two, BDO and SMPH, are in the top 10 most active today. And today is a Friday, profit-taking day. Kaya siguro red candlestick din to. Okay, so let's start with BDO from bullish candle. Okay, BDO had a red candlestick. Actually, this is a morning star. A morning star is a sign of reversal, pero it can also mean that the stock may just be moving sideways. Kasi yung ating candlestick, yung 20-day exponential moving average, is still right under the candlesticks. So yan yung exponential moving average natin. In the meantime, our resistance would be at 115, while our kapala natin ng konti. Yan. And our support would be, the nearest would be here at 100. Yan ang nearest support. So either moving sideways tayo or this may be a sign of reversal. Now, if you see another red candlestick and another red one in the coming trading days, then nag-change yung trend towards a bearish, no? Kung a bearish direction. So kung bumaba siya below our EMA20, then merong bearish sign. However, bullish pa rin to kasi under the candlestick and yung ating indicator and our RSI is at 58 or 59, 59, which would indicate a bullish direction. So an RSI between 50 and 70 is still bullish. Okay? So let's take a look at Merrimart. Mag-i-issue daw ng REIT si Double Dragon, ha? Have you asked your broker about it? One time magpapalabas tayo ng special episode on the Double Dragon REIT. Okay? Okay, Merrimart, merong siyang green candlestick today, but it appears to be moving bullish pa rin kasi yung ating EMA20 is still under the candlestick, In fact, naka-line up yung tatlo, yung exponential moving average na 20 days, exponential moving average na 50 days, yan yung blue, and yung long-term indicator natin, yung 100 days, yung black, is right under the candlestick, which would indicate a bullish movement. So right now, tikita natin yung pattern in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 weeks, alternating red and green candlestick siya. So it would mean that the stock is moving sideways. Yan po ang aking take dyan. In the meantime, ang resistance ni Merrimart would be at 8, while the support ay nandito lang. Nasa 650. Yan po, moving sideways po si Merrimart. Okay? Next is GTCAP. Okay, GTCAP, ganun din si GTCAP, moving sideways siya. And if you'll see, well, bearish to moving sideways. Actually nga, yung yellow indicator natin, which is the 20-day moving average, is under the candlestick, but the blue line, which is our medium term, is piercing through. So, bearish to sideways movement ang movement nitong si GTCAP. So medyo lang to, So ang proper trading, if you're trading in the short term, is range trading, in which the nearest resistance would be 597, yan, 595, and the nearest support would be 540. 540 if you're doing range trading. Of course, computing nyo yung risk reward nyo, kung worth it to do range trading. Next, let's take a look at, or before we leave GTCAP, meron siyang news. And let me share with you the news. From Philstar. Auto sales skid 41% last year. Local vehicle assemblers ended the year with a 40% drop in sales as the pandemic affected demand for both passenger cars and commercial vehicles. Vehicle importers also registered a 41% decline in total sales last year. Data released by the Chamber of Automotive Manufacturers of the Philippines, or CMPI or CAMPI, showed its combined sales with Truck Manufacturers Association, or TMA, reach 223,793 units last year, lower than 369,941 units sold in 2019. The group's PC sales slid 36% to 69,000 units from 109,000 in 2019. And then let me share with you the commentary of BDO Nomura on this news item. Ang sabi niya, released figures are largely in line with our full-year forecast of a 38% drop in vehicle sales in 2020 for GTCAP and subsidiary TMP. TMP is Toyota Motor Philippines, to 99,742 units. Meanwhile, we currently expect TMP or Toyota Motor Philippines sales volume to grow 25% year-on-year this year, given the fourth quarter 2020's implied recovery trend and its low base for fiscal year 20 first semester. Although we note that the recently imposed safeguard duties on imported vehicles poses potential downside risks to our forecast, given that imported completely built units, or CBU, historically comprise the bulk of TMP sales. We maintain neutral on GTCAP given the continuing challenges for the auto segment's recovery. The stock currently trades a slim 9.7% discount at our NAV estimate. So according to Nomura, Toyota Motor Philippines remained the market leader at 44.69%, followed by Nissan at 9%, almost 10%. Followed by Mitsubishi at almost 17%, Nissan at 10%. So pwede kayong maniwala dito sa commentary, pwede rin hindi. Okay? If you're invested in GTCAP, GTCAP is a good company naman. Okay, next, let's take a look at BSC. Magalaw itong BSC. Ito yung number 1 most active kanina. Okay. So, Basic Energy. Nagkaroon siya ng, actually this is a breakout, a breakout of sorts, because it opened at 1 peso and ended at 1.43 or 1 peso and 43 centavos, 36.19%. Actually, hindi naman ako day trader, pero sumubok lang ako dito, Nakabili ako at 125, I sold at 144. So, kumita ako ng konti. So, tinignan ko lang kung, kasi meron akong konting extra pera, sumubok lang ako, siwerte. So, you don't have that lucky streak every day, Anyway, so 1.43, and napakalaki nung, tingnan natin yung gap dito. Ang laki ng gap niya. Ito yung mga gaps. Gawin nating red to. Yan. Ang lalaki ng gaps. Mga gap up siya. Ito, it ended with a gap down kanina. Pero kung tinignan natin yung BSC, this is the highest already. Basic Energy. Kaya, ang masasabi ko lang, tingnan natin yung support and resistance nito. Okay, ang support niya is at 145. I think we'll take na lang the support of the EMA20 at 53. Yan yung pinaka-support natin. Okay, but the resistance I cannot plot because this is the only data that we have, and maaaring unreliable to, Unreliable yung data natin kasi isa lang Okay? So, yan yung Basic Energy. And then, let's take a look at APL, the second most active. Ang APL had a doji or Morningstar. Kasi it opened at 30, closed at 30, but there is a long wick here. 33, pero not much, Not much. So, masasabi ko lang dito, ang pinaka-resistance level, I would say, is 0.28, while the support level would be here, at 0.2008. Yan. 0.29 and 0.21 yung support and resistance. Tingnan natin yung SNR ni Investa. O almost. Nag-average out lang yung ka-invest na Taas lang ng konti yung kanya. Yung support halos pareho. Okay? So sa akin kasi, ingat lang tayo dito. This is a second liner kasi, So if you go in, compute your risk-reward ratio, maganda kung 2:1, If you don't get a 2:1, then 50-50 lang yung chance nyo dyan. Hindi maganda, mas maganda kung 2:1. Okay, next to after APL, PHA. Okay, PHA. had a morning star also, although bullish pa rin yung kanyang candlestick. Tingnan mo, yung ating indicators, yung 20-day moving, 50 and 100 are all lined up, indicating a bullish momentum. And the RSI is overbought. So, ingat lang tayo dito, no? Because I see this candlestick as a weakening, or it's either the nagpapahinga lang yung stock, nagko-consolidate lang. In the meantime, ang nearest support is here, 1.85. The nearest resistance, oh, I cannot plot. Yung support lang I can say. But the nearest hindi. Pero bullish pa rin yung stock. Okay, then let's take a look at AR. AR. Oops, breakout to. Tingnan nga natin yung historical nitong CAR. This is the highest. And ang pinaka-high niya, it was 2015 level pa ito 2015 level. Ngayon, yung next resistance level niya at 60. Yan yung next resistance level nitong CAR. Based dito pero kasi the high previously of 60 nung September. Ito, na-reach niya yung level ng October 2015. So, yun lang, no? Medyo malayo yung data. So, 0.60 yung kanyang resistance. Pero 2015 pa ito So, right now, I could only say na pwede natin kunin yung 2015 na 60. In the meantime, yung ating support would be the EMA 20 at 0.0024. 0.0024. May inquiry dito on the price movement. Let's take a look. Nag-inquire si unusual price movement, AR response to unusual price movement. So, nag-inquire ang capital markets, Pero hindi natin makita yung reply dito Okay. Kasi it moved 50% Pagka nangyari kasi ito, nag-i-stop trading. Pero it stopped. Nag-stop nga ba? Let's take a look. Tingnan natin yung 5 minute. Hindi na siguro. Na-reach niya yung 50 nung na-reach na yung 50, nag-bounce Ayan siya. So, until the end of trading, mukhang hindi na nasuspend to. Okay? So, that's it for AR. Now, let's take a look at, balik natin sa ACEN. Okay, ACEN had a red candlestick from a green yesterday, which would indicate a sideways movement. So, titingnan natin dito, when the 20-day moving average crossed the candlestick, and you'll see an alternate red, green, green, red candlestick, sideways movement siya. Bearish to sideways movement. Actually, the candlesticks are between the EMA 20, which is the upper moving average, and the lower moving average is the 50. So, sideways to bearish yung kanyang movement. Pero ang tingin ko dyan is sideways ang kanyang movement. In the meantime, let's take the EMA 50 as our support. Ang EMA 50 would be 5.75, 5.74. Yan. Yan yung nearest support niya. And the nearest resistance would be 9. Yan, mga 8.9 ang nearest resistance ni ACEN. Okay, dito. Tahimik si dito They're probably under audit. Okay, tingnan natin yung clarifications of news report dito. Hindi ito. CloudSwift. Dito siya may recently signed a joint venture with CloudSwift. So this is not it. I'm interested more on how Dito is doing in terms of their compliance with their promised delivery in the first quarter. So sideways movement pa rin siya. And let's take a look at yan yung nearest support niya at 11.80. The nearest resistance would be actually mid-downward. I see a downward. Ganyan siya. So, para siyang wedge, Wedge yung kanyang movement. Pero ito yung pinaka-support niya at 11.80. Sideways pa rin siya. Okay, TBGI. This will be our last stock. Trans-Pacific Broadband breakout, natin. Kung titingnan natin kasi yung movement ng chart, makikita nyo itong yellow, yung ating 20-day EMA, yan yung trend niya halos straight, very straight yung kanyang trend. And yung EMA20 or exponential moving average 20 days is our support. No? Every time it touches or attempts to touch that, nagbabounce yung stock. So if you take a look here now, yung EMA20 is at 37, no? Which is our support. Pero ito, meron siyang volume eh. And it moved 48.65% today. Napakalaki. So, nagtanong ngayon siguro tingnan natin to. Kikita nyo ba? No, you can't see. Okay, this is a reply to inquiry on unusual price movement, January 15, 2021. We reply to the CMIC letter dated today, January 15, received through the PSE Edge submission system. Please be informed that the management of Trans-Pacific Broadband International, or TBGI, is not aware of any positive material information which may affect the increase in value and trading of securities, contributing to unusual price movement of its shares. However, increase in online platform activities had created huge potentials for companies in the ICT industry. Okay, so wala siyang news on that, no? And probably it's just people trying to make money out of the stock. Okay, so it's 55. So EMA20 yung ating support. The resistance I cannot say because this is already the highest. No, bullish pa rin yung tingin natin sa stock na ito. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market. January 15, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. See you again in our next episode at maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay.